Hi, this is Sumit from Incentivate. Over next few minutes, I am going to give you a walkthrough of Incentivate, India's leading sales compensation platform. Incentivate is today being used in over 40 countries, primarily by enterprises, to configure incentive plans of their renowned sales employees. At the same time, configuration of schemes for channel partners, for distributors, for advisors, brokers, etc. Now, what makes Incentivate unique? Incentivate is a end-to-end configurable platform. We don't expect you as an administrator of this solution to pick up any new skill set, any new programming language. If you can manage your schemes, your incentive plans in spreadsheets today, that is good enough for you to handle Incentivate as an administrator. Let's see how does Incentivate work. Now in any organization, there are three elements to their incentive plan or their schemes. The first one is data. The second one is the actual scheme, the actual incentive plan, the business rules that are kind of superimposed on the first element, that is data. And the third one is reporting or communication of your scheme output in terms of the performance, payouts, discounts, etc. Let's see how can we use Incentivate for this. So it starts with data, for which we go to connections and we integrate with your upstream systems. Now your scheme may be based on revenue, volume, units, collections, and similar metrics. Now all of these things are sitting in some of your systems today. Now with Incentivate, what we do is we integrate with these systems of yours and we pull data and ingest in the platform. If you have any of this information sitting in any of the known solutions like SAP, Oracle, etc., we already have those connectors. If it is in your now system, we will work with your team to set up those connectors. If you have some information sitting in spreadsheets, we will give you the upload option. Once this is done, your data is ingested within Incentivate and it is cleansed and transformed into usable format. Once that is done, we go to configuration. This is where we come and configure your schemes. Now this being a demo for pharma industry, what you'll see is that there are 4 business units and then there are schemes across business units. Let's just quickly pick one of them as a sample. So let's say we are doing for cardiology, there is already a scheme designed. We'll just use the same one to understand the platform. So this is your configuration form and then I'll go one by one into the details. So it starts with one defining who is the recipient, who is the beneficiary, for which you can select participants. These fields are again configurable. So from here you can choose what business units, what teams, what geographies, what roles. As you keep on selecting, you get to a smaller subset. And whenever you are done with this and you save, the final subset is the one that is eligible for the scheme that you are designing. So once I save this, now is the part to go ahead and configure your scheme. So we'll just quickly do that. Go to the new incentive form or just edit the existing one. Give a name to your scheme. Choose a period. It can be monthly, quarterly, or it can be between two effective dates, 1st of August to 7th of August. So I can give you the effective dates option, a date picker to select from date and end date. And then these fields are again configurable, will be aligned with your business, your requirement. Now this is where you define or design. Do you want to roll out the scheme on revenue achievement, growth, units, or volume achievement, if it is a collections focused scheme, and there may be more such parameters. We'll just add those over here. Select the parameters. Now select what kind of business units. We will obviously have the multiple select option if at all that is the need. Go through this process of filtering down to what is the set of products and geography, etc., or production batches, etc., on which you want to roll out the scheme. Once you're done with this, in the first screen you selected the participants, the beneficiaries. Here you have selected what is the scheme applicable on what kind of product set or subset, etc. Now how do you want to pay? You want to pay a flat rate or a tiered rate. Select. Once you've selected, and then there are a few other options which can be enabled, disabled based on your requirement. go to slabs and define the pay slab, and you'll see that here as a part of the pay slab you're paying at 100% achievement of the target 15,000 rupees in absolute, for 120% 20,000, and so on and so forth. So you can keep on adding, and this is the flexibility that you as an admin have. Add, save, but before we save, well, let's go to some qualifier clauses. So you've defined the scheme, you've defined the participants here, you have defined the scheme, you have defined the payout slabs. Now we want to add some qualifiers, that distributors are eligible to get a payout on their achievement based on these slabs if they cross fill this up, if they cross 1000 units of your product. And see, your scheme is designed or configured, but it doesn't stop here. You have designed the scheme, go to the budget, enter your budget, let's say 25 lakh rupees. You can have these nudges that if you are going over, if you are not performing, enter those 90%, 110%, whatever be your requirement, and you will get a notification. Now that you have identified who is the beneficiary, you have designed the scheme, go to the review part. You're reviewing the scheme here. On the right hand side, Incentivate is also giving you insights. These are rule driven insights which can be configured to let you know whether you are going off from any sort of guardrails. Review this, all of this looks good, send it to approval. We have an approval option here which is disabled right now, but you will get that approval option. You can also simulate and analyze. For a budget of 25 lakh, I will pay around 21 lakh rupees, so I am within my budget. A total of 45 distributors are a part of the scheme. They are making on an average 47,000 rupees, and then this level of analysis, which again is redoable, configurable. This is done, sent to approval, and you will see the timeline. Who created, when was it created, did he save as a half done thing, what happened next, whom did it go to, whom did it eventually go for submission, and then approval. You can see the entire timeline. Once the approval is done, the scheme is live, and then you can choose to process the scheme at a frequency you want, multiple times a day, once in a day, once in a week. Once that is done, this is what you get: a visualization, a dashboard, which is the third element. So we spoke of three elements, if you remember. First one is data, second one is rule configuration, third one is output visualization or reporting. So on a day-to-day basis or a frequency of your choice, this dashboard will refresh. This is for an administrator. You will be able to come here and see the overall performance in the current month, current quarter, one scheme, multiple schemes. The entire dashboard is composable. You can lay it out in a different way. So your administrator can now see what is the target, what is the achievement, month over month performance, and we can switch this, flip this with scheme by scheme performance, scheme 1, scheme 2, scheme 3, scheme 4, product wise performance, the overall impact in terms of outreach. All of this is configurable. Distribution, meaning what will your distributor get to see? You will get to see his performance for the scheme for all the products. But you can also as well choose over here to not give access to a distributor to this dashboard. You can send this entire thing to him in an email, which you will see here. So this is for a tire company that we had done. A distributor will receive this kind of email. That in last 3 months he was a part of few ongoing schemes. So in the month of July, the scheme that was running, as a part of that scheme, he crossed or he achieved roughly 22.2 lakhs of revenue, and he is eligible for a 4.6% commission rate, which is translated into discount given to him as a credit note. By the way, that credit note option in terms of converting the earned amount into a discount, putting that into a credit note, sending that credit note to the distributor for an acknowledgement, receiving the online digital acknowledgement, and posting it to your SAPs and Oracles of the world is doable. That is a part of the solution. So your distributor gets to see these kind of visuals. What this helps with is that a distributor need not go to the system. The reason being, if he forgets his password, username and password, he will obviously be able to regenerate it on his own. But what if he does not? He comes back to you. So you can choose to give him access to the dashboards. In his case, he will only get access to this part, or you can just have this kind of this dashboard or a visual dashboard created and sent out to him on email, or some sort of nudges that can be sent to him on WhatsApp. So this is what Incentivate is used for. You can pull data, you can ingest data, you can configure schemes, and you can communicate. Obviously, there are other elements like exceptions, etc. All of those come as a part of workflows. So if there is an exception wherein you want to override someone's performance just so that he gets some kind of payout, if you want to move a specific set of distributor mappings from one geography to other geography, or a sub distributor getting remapped from main distributor 1 to main distributor 2, all of those aspects are exceptions which are managed through workflows and are auditable, are also subject to approval, which we call as maker checker. So these aspects are also covered, which means that you don't have to leverage, you don't have to use spreadsheets. Everything happens within the platform. And with that, I'm wrapping up the demo. Obviously, if there are any things anything that we discussed in our previous meetings that has not been covered, just let us know and I'll help you with it. Thank you.